right, we are here with the Lieutenant Governor and Governor-elect of the Virgin Islands. Of course, my name is Ernice Gilbert. This is VI Consortium. Big congratulations to you, Lieutenant Governor-elect, and Sir.
Ernice.
Governor-elect Albert Bryan. An amazing journey, a long journey that started 2 years ago for Mr. Bryan, and it culminates here after 3 elections in 1 year. A Democratic primary, a general election, and a runoff election. I want to understand how you feel at this very moment.
At this moment, I think I'm just a little overwhelmed with gratitude and really wanting to get to work about thanking the people of the Virgin Islands for having this confidence in me. I mean, this is unprecedented, where essentially a novice came on and wins 3 elections in a year, unseats an incumbent governor who seemed pretty much firmly planted in his seat. So I'm really humbled by the outpouring of support from the public, and I'm doing my best, thinking about doing my best and how not to disappoint them, you know.
Lieutenant Governor-elect, you know, when you were announced as the running mates, you spoke of initially your hesitance. You hesitated a bit, not because you didn't want to be part of the team, but because the decision meant a lot to you. And you spoke of a variety of different things, but here you are today as the Lieutenant Governor-elect. What does that mean to you?
Well, it certainly means to me a greater degree of responsibility. I had an opportunity during this campaign to engage more Virgin Islanders, because I've only run for a seat in the district of St. Thomas, St. John. And so coming into contact with so many residents of St. Croix over the course of campaigning, getting to meet them as you knock on their door, which is very different from meeting someone in a public space, and understanding their needs and their concern, I think it transformed the campaign, and I think it made me even more sensitive to the needs of people across the territory, and to also help them think about the other districts. So a lot of people in St. Croix don't get to go to St. John, for instance, because we don't have affordable transportation that can get you there within a reasonable time. And so in some instances, they're not aware of some of the problems of St. John. They are not aware of an island where if you wake up in the middle of the night and you think you're having a heart attack, you have to get to St. Thomas. You have to hope that the people are there for the boat, and you have to hope that the weather is good and the sea is cooperating with you. And then when you get to St. Thomas, the hospital is ready to receive you. And when you are able to share information like that across the islands and have people see what one another's reality is, I think you even play a role in bridging the gaps between people as well. And I think we have a lot of work to do, because each of these islands has its special character and its potential, and we have to unlock that in such a way that it happens in a way that's unified, and that we can show each other how much we benefit from an approach like that.
This, of course, is a joyous moment, but it is also a serious moment. You know, you're going to take the helm of the Virgin Islands. Still got a lot of problems, a lot of issues. You spoke about it on the campaign trail. Have you started with that transition team, and you have folks in mind? What is the next step for your team?
So we didn't know if we were going to win or not, but we were pretty confident. So we started doing the transition teams and doing the clusters. We still need to have the people support, because we couldn't really ask people to serve until we were sure we had the win. The one thing that I was a novice at was politicking and campaign. And oftentimes what happens is good politicians end up being bad governors because they can't govern, they politic. Well, I'm the opposite. I really prepared to govern. I didn't prepare to politic. So going into this now, this is a juicy part. This is the part that I really enjoy. This is the part where I really get to show people what this team brings to the table and how we could really make the best of the Virgin Islands. Not because only that we're so good, but that we allow other people to participate and add the expertise where needed in order to make it work better for all of us.
I want to ask this question because some would say it is the very reason Governor Mapp lost, or the main reason. His character, his demeanor, his coarseness. Schneider had a similar fate, and people spoke of the same thing, character. What can we expect from a Bryan Roach team relative to how it reacts to the people? We know of what Governor Mapp has said and how he's reacted to people, even me. What can we expect of you as it relates to dealing with the people and your demeanor?
I think when we started this, we always knew that the campaign we ran would be indicative of the management style we would have. And if you look back at the last couple months, a lot of nasty things have been said about us. And we really haven't clapped back. We really haven't responded to the public in a way. I think I was freak candidates out because even Sam Tapp, who I saw, ran all those ads. I saw him the other day. I said, "Hey, Sam, how you doing?" Because I realized that in order to bring the unity back, in order to bring the respect and the dignity back to this office, I'm going to have to be the bigger person, and that's okay. When you decide to lead, you kind of bare your chest to the public on a firing range. Some people are going to like you and some people are not. Tonight we won the vote by 55%, but that's a small margin in terms of the whole Virgin Islands. There's 45% of the people that didn't vote for us, and probably another 60% of the electorate that didn't show up, somewhere thereabouts. So we have a tough job to do still. We still have a lot of proving to do. We still have a lot of work to do in getting people to believe that we truly want to change course now and that we're going to include everybody in that vision. And when we do it, we're going to march forward. The people are watching right now to see, okay, what are they going to do? Well, we're going to do what we said we're going to do. And we're going to bring back that trust and transparency to government. So that's what you could expect from me, definitely, and I know Tregenza feels much the same.
And I want to, we got to close soon. I know you guys are tired, but you're in your new role very soon. Have you assessed in your mind what that's going to be like and creating a team and what we can expect from your office?
Well, I think the office of the Lieutenant Governor has very specific functions that are the statutory ones, which Commissioner of Insurance and Banking. And I've had a lot of opportunity in the 3 terms to engage the members of that staff regularly, whether it's in regard to budgets or their practices, their attempts to bring technology to bear on the work there. And I believe that they have very valuable employees that are there. One of the priorities that I want to look at is the workspaces, because I believe that we can have a great expectation that people will be productive if they're in unsafe working environments, and I think it's something that we really have to pay attention to. But I intend to first bring an understanding of the function of the office there and to make an assessment of people there. One of the things we've said all along, and I believe it, and I think Albert believes it too, is that we don't want to have this approach of clean house just for the sake of cleaning house and replacing people with people who are less competent than they are. And this whole idea of your resume and not your DNA is going to be a philosophy that we adhere to. Besides that, I think what the question that you asked about character and what you bring to a role, I think all of us, both of us, have to have the understanding that regardless of the specific roles that we play, people are also looking at us as setting a tone for the public conversation, setting a tone for public dialogue, setting a pattern of dealing with people from positions of respectability, from a place of respectability and respect for what each person has to contribute. And also acknowledging that we don't become instant experts in everything, and to let people know that they bring value to the table and how we're going to take all the value that we all bring and move the place forward.
In other words, you guys gonna make my job boring. That's what you're saying. Okay. One more question, and I think it's important. A lot of people are hurt right now, and you know we've spoken about this idea of healing, and you know Thanksgiving is Thursday, and you know there's gonna be a lot of tears and just hurt, not because they don't like you, but because they're hurt. How do we bring our community together after such an election?
Well, the first thing that I want to say is thank you to the people that supported us, and thank you for everyone who came out and participated in the election. I think that's the most important thing. I'd also like to say thank you to Governor Mapp and Osbert Potter for what they've done to the Virgin Islands. They have over 30 years of public service individually. The people that, you know, put their faith and their trust and their hard work into their campaigns, you know, we welcome you with open arms to this new Virgin Islands that we're building. We know you feel the passion that all of us feel about this Virgin Islands. We may have different perspectives on how to make it the Virgin Islands that we could all be a part of, but together we sit to the table as human to human, man to man, woman to woman, and discuss and get along and come out with one head, one voice, one Virgin Islands for all of us. I think that, you know, go home, have a great, happy Thanksgiving, get some rest, and come Monday, you know, we'll be back on the job and we'll be talking about all the things that you think are important and including them and you into our vision for the Virgin Islands. So I'd like just to say thank you, and thank you, Ernice, for being on top of us and keeping us honest all the time.
All right, thank you, Lieutenant Governor-elect Tregenza Roach and Governor-elect Albert Bryan. Ernice Gilbert, VI Consortium, thank you. We'll see you soon.